hello, welcome, and good evening from Hamburg. Thank you so much for taking the time for the interview. And
Thank you too.
I first want to start with asking, how are you doing? It's been almost 2 weeks since the release of Fear, if I do spell it correctly.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? How is the feedback so far?
I'm feeling good. It's been all right. I think the feedback. We've been selling some records, and some people have been listening to the new tunes. And we also went to Stormfest in the UK.
Oh.
To when we released it, we were at Stormfest it's a festival in the UK in London. And it was very good to play the new tunes live. So it was very nice. So it's been good.
That's great. How was the vibe there at the festival?
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
So
That's
nice.
great to hear. Also, congratulations from my side. I really love the record. I saw you live. I think I don't know exactly when it was, either 1 or 2 years ago. And I fell in love with your sound. I will also
Thank you.
come to that later, but I think experiencing Gaupa live is a different thing than listening to the album. Both are
Yeah.
great, but that's how I became a fan actually, and I also loved this album. I have some questions about, as you can imagine, songwriting and everything, but I think the first thing the fans, when they especially receive the physical copy, the first thing the fans will notice will be the album cover. I find it very interesting because there's a white background, but there's a lot going on. And you also recently released a video on your Facebook page I saw with the artist. Can you talk a bit about the album cover? How did the idea arise? How much was that your idea? How much was it the artist's idea? I would love to hear that because the album cover is amazing.
I think so too. It makes me very happy that you want to talk about it. We were playing in the Netherlands Into the Void festival, and after the show we usually go to like the merchandise table, and we talk a bit to people, and we sell a little merchandise. And there was a guy who came up to me and said like, yeah, hello, I'm an artist, and I don't know how it happened, but I got his Instagram account, and he got my Instagram account, and it's this artist who made the album artwork, Kurt Leus, from the Netherlands, and we started to correspond over Instagram privately. And then I thought he had like made some artwork to. It was a giant, sort of a broad tiger artwork, and he had made it to the Gaupa songs. So he was inspired by old Gaupa songs, and I said, yeah, but it would be cool if he could do like some artwork for us, and he was up for that. And then I've sent him all the lyrics, and we talked about the lyrics a lot. And I think it's the first time I feel like I've been really understood. He really took to the lyrics, and we talked about it, and I felt when he sort of summed it up also, I felt like, yes, this is exactly what I want to come across. And then he also got all the songs, the new songs, of course. So he created this from, I guess, some of the lyrics and the music where he might have been inspired by what we did, and he created this fantastic Fyr artwork, which is, if you look at it, you can actually turn it around and it's another picture.
I haven't done that. I need to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
And I like that so much. And he's very creative guy, and very nice to work with. And I'm so happy he came to me and introduced himself after the show, because that's, oh my Lord, he's so talented.
Yes. I also saw how he, like in the video, how he worked. I was like, this is crazy. I mean, of course, he's not the only artist, but the fact that it matched that's when the magic happens, right?
Yeah,
That
we
would be,
this time
yeah.
we this time on this release there's sort of a black and white theme. A lot of the band photos are black and white,
Yes, yes.
and his art in black and white, and the video has been in like faded colors, and so yeah, it's a new sort of vibe
Yeah,
for us.
I was going to bring it up too. But I wanted to ask, how long did the creation of the album cover artwork take? Was it like a instant collaboration? Sometimes it takes very fast with the artists, or was it really like a very long process?
No, I think it was as I recall, it was a rather quick process as soon as we asked him. As soon as I asked him to do something for us, he also created the cover art for Heavy Lord, the first single. And this we also have that artwork of the flying guy with the sword and everything. We have that also as a backdrop now
Okay.
for
Oh,
Gaupa.
wow. Wow. Great.
So
Great. Yeah, I think it fits definitely. And bringing this black-white theme, I wanted to bring that because fear means fire, if I also read it correctly. So there is actually a very fierce energy in the album. But the album cover, so there's, as you mentioned, black, white. There's this. Was this like intentional approach? Can you talk a bit about that? Like, as you mentioned, it's like a vibe, or is it just like a coincidence that I
no,
observed, so to speak?
no, I think we have like a red thread through. We like to have some sort of thread going through all aspects. But you're lucky when it plays out like this.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think it
yeah.
was because we were using also a new photographer, and the new band photos are taken by the guy who also did the music video for 10 of 12, and he is from Sweden, and he's called Mats Ek. And we haven't worked with him before, but those photos also we seldom photograph very well together in my band, but he actually got some photos where all of us look, sort of okay on the same
Okay.
photo. It's always someone who's going like this.
Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. I know that feeling also from normal photos, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Let's come to the or let's continue with the songwriting process. So, this is also a new kind of like I wouldn't say new start, but a new fresh of air for the band because you have had lineup changes.
Yes.
Also, the inspiration part I will come to in a bit. How did this change, this new perspective, fresh of air, play into the songwriting process? Were there any challenges? Can you talk a bit about that? How was the songwriting process in general? As you mentioned, lyrics, I think, play a very important role in this album, but I would love to also hear your experiences on that.
I think there is a lot of challenges when you create music together with people because
Yes,
you have
yes.
a lot of different ideas, and you're going to listen to each other, and you need to try out ideas, and then you need to be like a democratic. We like to be a democratic band, so we vote how to go forward with ideas, and that is I find it quite challenging at times, to create like that. But I also think that it's important that everyone is heard and that everyone is a part of the songwriting process, because all of us in Gaupa, as I've said in interviews before, are not only musicians, but we are also songwriters. So everyone takes part in the songwriting process. In this, when we wrote these songs, we have one original member has parted with us. Daniel left the band, and because he wanted to focus on family life, and he has two children now, and it's hard to
Of course. Yeah, yeah.
to make everything work. And he's a fantastic riff maker and songwriter, and he's very much missed, of course. And there's another dynamic when you lose one of the core members, of course. And also, we had started to write on a lot of tunes together with the five of us, and we sort of have had to leave those some of the ideas we have been working on because we were going to be four. And yeah,
Yes.
then we wanted to like start anew, start fresh, and do write some songs, the four of us. I think that was important for for the remaining four of us in the band to try to write something from scratch together for this release.
But I think when I listen to the album, because sometimes you notice it when there is a change in the band, that you notice it in the album, but I can say that as a listener it doesn't come off like that. So the album is quite smooth, so I can say you managed it pretty well as a band, despite
Good to hear.
yes, because sometimes I notice it. I mean, not always, obviously. I don't have such technical ear, but I notice, yeah, okay, it's not as smooth. Something must have happened, or like maybe the band has had challenges. Maybe it took too long. These things can be felt actually in them, but I didn't feel it in Fear. It was quite smooth, in a way.
It's
Yeah.
thank you so much. That's so
Yeah.
good to hear, because also when we recorded, we were sort of separated. We recorded drums and the guitars at different locations, at different times, and the vocals and the bass, and it's yeah. So we were a bit separated, and you don't want that to. You don't want it to be heard, on the album. Like, yeah,
Yes,
they
yes,
are
yes.
not playing together, but so yeah, I think next time we will try to be at the same location, all of us, when we're recording everything, because it's very nice to have feedback directly from your band members. So
was it the first time you took this approach, that you recorded separately?
yeah.
Okay, interesting.
We've been a bit separated before, but it's been we've been based in where we live in this area, so we have been able to visit when the others are recording, and we used a different. We had a different engineer and mixer and master this time, and also the guy who usually press record and record us didn't do it, so we did a lot of recording ourselves, and we had some other guys also to help us out. So it's a bit it's a lot of changes this time.
Yeah. But I think it worked out. I can say, as a listener, at least.
It's good.
Yes. The album I have read has been heavily inspired by Ursula Le Guin's book. And I haven't read the book myself, I have to say. But I have done a bit of research on the book. It deals with quite a lot of themes. So like anti-military, anti-colonialism, but also like language love. How did this inspiration arise? Was it, for example, your idea, or was it also a democratic decision that you took? And because I know that her books are, of course, not easy books per se. So what is kind of like the most highlight or the connection between the book and the album from your perspective? Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, of course. I think I think I've been a bit misunderstood here, because all the lyrics are not inspired by this book.
It's
It's
heavily
mainly
inspired, I heard, right? So it's mostly inspired, yeah.
yeah, but it's mostly one track, and it's Elastic
Okay.
Sleep. So that is I've been struggling a lot with insomnia throughout my life, and I have a lot of friends who suffer horrible nightmares, and I was thinking a lot about the elasticness of sleep, and in this book there is like there is people who think that when you're asleep, that is as much a reality as when you are awake. So that that sort of synced with my thoughts about the elasticness of sleep and time. When we started the project of Fyr, we talked about having time as a theme throughout the album, and having like a clock that were ticking and meshing songs together. And this didn't happen, obviously, but I sort of stayed with the theme that involves time for some of the lyrics. But the Ursula book, very good book. Read it. I really enjoyed it. That is mostly for the song Elastic Sleep. And although we try to be a democratic band, when it comes to the lyrics, it's sort of not. That's sort of my area. And I decide a lot there. So
But I think it's a good decision, at least in this case. But I think also these things happen, right? So yeah, very interesting. So the main theme of the album, that was also a question I was going to ask, but from your perspective, the main theme of the album is time, if I understand.
I would say so, yes. For me, at least. But I also like it when I like poems and books and lyrics for songs that you can choose a bit what to believe in. It's not always clear. You can choose that this is for me. This is exactly how I feel, even though you don't know what the person who wrote it felt or meant by it. It doesn't really matter, because I like it when people can take something that has been written and feel like it's for them.
Also, that is up to the interpretation a bit, that people can interpret for themselves and can relate to, right? That is not really something that's set in stone, but a bit more. Yeah. I agree with that. And do you have?
I don't like to write people on the nose. This is what I mean.
Yeah, on the face. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I understand. And what other inspirations you or the other band members have in general? Because, as I mentioned, Gaupa live is another experience. I mean, there is, of course, the psychedelia, the doom, the stoner feeling, but also when I listened to Fear, it is also there is a lot going on. And I can imagine that you are inspired maybe by many layers in life, or books, art, etc. What else are your main inspirations, or the band's main inspirations in general, not only music related?
I think it's very different depending on who you talk to in the band. We are very different in the band. I'm inspired a lot by nature and being underwater. I think is very inspiring. I'm not as much as I want to underwater, but I really like it, and yeah. So that is for me very inspiring, and I guess for the people who have children in the band, I bet they get quite inspired by their kids as well. And so it varies a lot depending on who you talk to in the band.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. The album is like a mini album. It's like EP, but of course the songs are long. Was this an intentional approach to release like a mini album? Because some bands just like say, okay, it's an EP or it's a full length. Was there a certain strategy behind it, or did it just evolve that way?
I think it for us it had a lot to do with time. As I mentioned before, we had to abandon a lot of ideas for songs when we parted with one band member, and we also wanted to release something new again, and in this new setting in the band. But then you could call it an EP if you look at the digital release.
Yeah.
But when you get a physical copy, it's more like a mini album, and we added the live recordings of Sömnen and Febersvan
Yes.
that were recorded in Dortmund in Monkey Moon Studio. And we haven't the live recordings were also on our first ever EP that we made. we also had live recordings from Sweden Rock added to the vinyl, and because it was too short to to press it
Yeah.
onto a vinyl, so we needed more tracks, and we took some live tracks then, and we thought it was sort of a good thing to wave back to the beginning where we started and have live recordings on this one too. And we're very happy to have it released as a physical copy on vinyls and also on CD, thanks to Magnetic Eye Records. Those are the guys that helped us with the physical release, and also then the digital release, of course, is our label Nuclear Blast Records. So
yeah, great.
So
great.
we have two great teams backing us
yes,
now.
definitely.
We're so lucky.
yeah, but it's also a lot of hard work, so it's really you can really see that in the album, definitely.
Yes.
I have a personal question for you because, as I mentioned, I saw you guys live, and I was really captivated by your stage presence. You really have a very powerful, very magical stage presence as well. I mean, this also kind of goes hand in hand with your nature as your inspiration. I can really see that. Maybe this is more for you playing live, because in the studio recording, I can imagine it's a very technical process. But do you have any rituals that you do? This is just a very a personal question that I wonder, because, as I said, it's very magical. Like any manifestations, rituals, anything that you do before going on live as a vocalist, as an artist on stage.
Oh, I have so many rituals. It's insane. I don't warm up my voice a lot before a show. Maybe I should, but I don't.
I didn't notice that. I didn't. Okay, very interesting.
I don't have a lot of warming up rituals for the vocals, and I just go out. I try some noises and then I go out. But I'm very nervous before a show. I mean, I feel like I'm going to die, and I wonder why I do this, because I'm terrified before going on stage, and it's horrible. So I go like this.
You're letting go a bit. Yes, you kind of blow off the steam. Okay.
Then I have like a ritual also that, I need to brush my teeth before going on stage. because I open my mouth sort of wide when I sing, and people are going to be looking into my mouth. So I want the mouth to be clean.
Okay, very interesting. It's like a cleansing. Very interesting.
Yeah.
But
then, for me also, I grew up at a circus school. So I've been performing in different circus disciplines. I've been going on a unicycle and doing the hula hoops and doing fire, and I was a contortionist a bit. So I guess it's sort of natural for me to be on stage, even though it's also a bit terrifying before I get on there.
Contrasts. But it works. But it's a different experience each time for artists as well, I think. Okay.
Yeah, and I think you ought to play every show like it is the last show you will ever do, because sometimes it is. It could be. I remember when we played a live show and then the pandemic hit. You don't want to do a half-assed show when you're not going to be able to perform for a year or more.
Yeah. What are your plans for the next future? So the album has been released. Any other live shows, EU tour? I would be very interested in a European tour, hopefully. Any other future plans that you can talk about?
We have some plans to do some shows this summer. So I think next week we're going to play a stoner festival in Sweden called Krökbacken. It is in Gagnef. So it's sort of near where we live. And then we're going to Germany we like to go to Germany. So we're going to Krachenbach, um, and we're also playing some shows with a band called Dogma. So Frankfurt, Berlin, I believe, and so we have 4 dates in Germany, and we love to go to Germany. People are so nice to us there. It's very good. We
Great to
play
hear that. Yeah.
more shows in Germany than we play in Sweden, for sure. And then we are going to Motokultur in France also.
Nice. Very
Yeah,
good.
so we have some shows, and then we'll see.
All right. Hope to see you guys maybe in Berlin because it's closer to
Yeah,
Hamburg. But
yeah,
I would love to see you guys live again.
yeah.
Great.
You come and you say hey, and you
Yes,
get to
of
meet
course.
all the band, of course. Yes.
Yes. It would be great.
And we also have
Mhm,
we're gonna have with us our VJ, so we will have a visual projection behind us
mhm.
when we play also, and that I think makes the show
Definitely.
better.
Yes.
We look very much much more cool than we would otherwise.
You have had when you played in Hamburg, I think there was also a visuals going on in the background, I
Mhm.
remember.
I
It
think so.
stays in the mind. I know some
Mhm.
other artists do that as well. It's very, especially with your music, it fits as well, right? It needs
Yeah.
to fit with the music, but it fits with the music. So yeah.
But I also have asthma, so
Mhm.
when I dance around and sing, and there is smoke on the stage, I lose my voice and my
Oh.
breathing. So it looks sort of flat when we just have lamps and you don't have any haze or smoke. So the visuals really help
Oh,
to make it
that's
better.
also a good trick, like a clever trick, but also like not because of that only, but it really fits with the
Yeah,
theme of your live shows, definitely from
yeah.
the listener's perspective. Okay, any words that you want to say before we wrap up the interview to the fans, to anyone?
Well, I want to thank you for your time, for taking
Thank
an
you as
interest
well.
in what we do and wanting to talk to me. I feel very, very honored, and I'm
Yes.
so thankful that people listen to our music and come out to the shows when we play live shows. So I would like to say thank you, and I would also like to remind everyone to be nice to each other. It's very important to be
Indeed.
nice, especially in these
At these
times.
times, right? Definitely, I agree with that. Thank you so much, Emma, for your time as well.
Thank you so
And
much.
wishing you a very, very nice evening from Hamburg, Germany. And hopefully
Yes.
see you in a concert in Germany or somewhere in the world. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
Come
you.
visit us this summer.
Yes, I will
Thank
try.
you.
Thank you so
Do it.
much.